So today we're going up the Taraw Cliffs, which are behind me here. This is a canopy tour you can take when you're in El Nido. So at one time you could actually climb the Taraw Cliffs if you went behind the Centrale Cafe and went down the street. Now technically that is illegal and it's kind of closed down because you'd have to be trespassing to do it. But they do have the canopy walks these days.
Oh, hi! Welcome to the Philippines. Hello. Thank you po.
Hey,
nice to meet you po. Salamat po.
If you see this video, this is the time that you need to go to El Nido.
Mostly on TikTok. And salamat.
Absolutely, come out here and visit El Nido. Come out to the canopy tours. You pay about 730 pesos to do the whole thing. And it's a lot safer and a lot easier because they have all these guardrails and steps. So not as dangerous as before, although I do like the adventure, so I was kind of hoping to go sneak in and climb it the other way, but it doesn't look like we're going to do that. So this is just the Taraw Cliffs Canopy Walk. As you can see, there is still some climbing, but you even have a rope to your side to do it. And the rocks are pretty much laid out as steps. You will get a workout on your calves though. So make sure you're in a little bit of shape when you do this. But for the hard part,
Oh, you know in the Philippines?
they have fences. Here you can see they even put up a bridge. But apparently they make you harness in to go across of it. So here we go. Not gonna lie, with multiple people on the bridge, it does sway. I definitely see why they harness you in, because it is not a steady bridge. Now, luckily we're cabled to the top so we can't fall, but if you already don't like heights, and you got a bunch of people on the bridge like we do behind me, it causes it to sway. Another reason I kind of would have preferred the other way, because a nice solid rock that doesn't sway sounds really nice. As you can see, we got people behind us, so that causes it to sway back and forth. Up we go even higher. There was the bridge we came from. From what I can tell, the pathway isn't actually like set in concrete or in the dirt or anything. It's just resting on the rocks. And it's such a tight fit that it doesn't move. And you can see right there, that's just sitting on the rock. It's not drilled into the rock. It's just resting. Just completely resting on the rock. Already starting to get a good view of the bay. So this is definitely one of those activities you can do between days you go out on a tour. It's probably only going to take us an hour total. So figure maybe 30 minutes up, stand around for 10 minutes at the top, 30 minutes down, or a lot quicker down if you fall. Now we're coming up on the overlook of the bay.
May ano sa'yo, SD?
I'm gonna go up here even higher. You can see the whole town, the whole bay from here.
Be, group po sila, be.
Apparently I'm not allowed to go up there. Not sure why. Too many Instagram models on that side, so we'll go over here. You think Instagram is bad in America, it's even worse over here. Right here on this corner, you really get an idea of how straight down it is and how jagged the cliffs are. Again, the scaffolding is just resting on the rocks, and I definitely would not want to fall down there. Going to leave this side and continue on. So we're going over to the dream catcher part, which is actually an additional fee. So that's why we paid the 730 pesos instead of the 400 and some pesos. They said you're not allowed to take pictures, but you are allowed to take video, which makes no sense because I can just take a screenshot from the video. So this is the canopy tour you can take when you're in El Nido. You're not going out on the boats one day. This takes about an hour of your time. You can climb up the Taraw Cliffs, get a really nice view of the bay and everywhere. So even though certain people like to disconnect their harness, and I'm not naming names, but this is about how far, if you keep it connected, about how close to the edge you can get, which is a good thing. And then up here there's another smaller dream catcher where you can take some more pictures and do the same thing. Why are we jumping up and down over top certain death? At least you got your harness connected. Death wish. I thought I had a death wish. The way I drive on sport bikes and cars, but apparently I'm not the only one. My foot just went through right there. That was a little, yeah, your leg will fit. Your leg will fit through right there. So if you happen to step on it wrong, your whole foot will go through. If you haven't watched my other videos where I go out on the boats to the island, do me a favor, watch those videos. We visit different islands, different bays, different lagoons. But this is just something to do on a day when you don't have a whole day you want to spend getting sunburned out on the islands. Here's another dream catcher. If that rope breaks, you're falling backwards. You had all your weight on that rope, so if that rope snaps, you're going straight backwards that way. Good thing I have a fear of heights, right? If you have a fear of heights, it's actually not that bad. 'Cause I don't care for heights, but this doesn't bother me. Here we are, very top. Nobody else up here. Which means I guess we're just supposed to unhook our ropes and go down that way when we're ready to go, but there's really no one here to tell you what to do. And there's really no one here from stopping you from dying, so. If you really want to be an idiot, you can technically unhook your safety line right here and no one's really going to stop you. They probably don't keep official records of how many people have fallen to their death up here. Somebody's about to make it one more though. One more step and you got this. All right, whenever you're ready, we got to go straight ahead, I think. Oh, you can't even reach to unhook it, so make sure you bring a tall person because you can't actually unhook your carabiner if you're short. So now you're unhooked up here and you really don't have a choice. So I'm not really sure the point of the safety line because you have to unhook it to continue forward, but you unhook it and you're still up here. Not a single thing is actually anchored. Like here, the tree branch is actually just holding it up. It's fine, everything's fine. Look how sharp these, look how thin and sharp that rock is. Yeah, just to give you an idea, that is, we were talking to some people and the guide was like, well, if you meet me here at 4 a.m. and you pay me 1,000 pesos, we'll illegally sneak through and do it. So I think they don't completely care that it's illegal and it's trespassing to climb the other cliff as long as there's pesos involved. I'm starting to get sweaty. You'd think I was an out of shape fat American. Oh wait, I am. All right, here we get to the third dream catcher. Just now starting to sprinkle a little bit, and I'm wondering if it rains how slick these railings and stuff will actually get. Because the rain is just starting to come down. Let's hope it's like every other rain here. Oh, so you don't even tether yourself to this one? There's no overhead line? You just stand here and don't die? There's no tether here. You just stand here and try not to die, but the rain is starting to come down. All right. We can see the rain coming in over here. It's starting to come down harder, so luckily we're on the descent part because the handles are already starting to get slick. Woo! Rain's coming from that direction. Luckily the bluff is blocking it a little bit right here, but not much. Wind is picking up. So as we're getting rained on, we're gonna get out of here. The rail is soaking wet right now. That's the thing about El Nido. It rains all the time, and you never know when it's gonna rain and when it's gonna not. It's pretty to watch the rain come in. That's the zigzag of staircases right there to get back down. That's the walking bridge that we came across when we got up here. You can already see the water at the bottom that we saw when we were going up, which means we're almost there. And here we are at the bottom again in this little lagoon they made, or maybe it just naturally occurred, but either way, They got some water here. It looks like they built some bridges out to the little pavilion. So the tour is officially done, but they have this at the bottom that you can walk out on. So it's still sprinkling a little bit. We're just gonna walk out and see. That's the canopy tour, the Taraw Cliffs in El Nido in the Philippines. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do me a favor, like and subscribe, and if you ever come over here and visit, spend a little bit of time, take this tour yourself. It's a nice view. I hope you got some travel ideas from this. Feel free to leave any comments, any questions you have about El Nido. I will try to answer them. I'm not saying I'm the best person to do that. I can only tell you about my experience here, but if you have questions, leave them in the comments. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. This must be some kind of little school right here at the entrance to the canopy tour too, because these kids are singing.